welcome to FountainFX on Monday the 21st of July 2014. I seem to have decided that I actually quite like trading the South African Rand, especially after some movement that happened last week with the increase, I'll put my tongue back in, increase in the base rate by 1/4%. The challenge in South Africa at the moment is you don't want to increase the interest rate too much, because you're going to kill off the economy. And based on the fact that previous forecasts have shown that South Africa's gone into recession, you don't want to be putting the interest rate up too much, because you could cause it to stagnate and cause a massive, not just a recession, but a depression, and cause the economy to spiral out of control in the wrong direction. So they've put it up by 1/4%, but the reason they've done that is to try and control the currency value, and that's the typical way in which economies do that. To try and control their currency, they can either trade the market themselves and start selling or buying their currency. South Africa doesn't have the reserves in order to do that, unlike other countries such as Switzerland or Japan. But the challenge here is that the way in which they do it is that they increase the interest rate, and the reason they do that is to attract international investors from a carry trade point of view, and also to stop existing investors from taking their money, moving it back to the US dollar and buying stocks in the NASDAQ and the New York Stock Exchange. Rather, they want them to keep their money in rands and be buying gold and platinum. So you understand a bit more about macroeconomics, but you don't really have to understand all of that, because what you do is you just look at particular levels where the market is showing you this is where it's reacting and turning. So we had this area of support here with an area of resistance just above. Price bounced from this area of support last Thursday, pushed all the way up to this area of resistance and turned. And it was at this point where price was at when the news came out about increasing of the interest rate, and so we saw buying prior to the news and then selling after the news. So that followed with the buy the rumour, sell the news, or sell the fact, and price has pushed down off this rate increase and broken below this area of support here, this red line there. So now we've got a break here, price pushed down and has pulled back, and it's turned and it's pushed down lower. So what we're doing is we're looking for an opportunity in which to enter as this price starts to fall, and also to see where price might stall or turn and reverse. So we look back to the left. We're looking here where price is at the moment was a previous pullback, but it was insignificant. It pushed through. But also, if you look here, we've got a long wick, so it shows that price has been down with this current move as low as the 10.605. If we go to the left, this is very much below the area where we got the pullback in this upwards momentum. So we can ignore that because price has already pushed below that. And so really what we're looking at is we're looking at a potential support area or demand area to come in down here at the 10.5760. So we are looking at I've placed a sell order here. You can see the dotted line there from this morning. Price has pushed down, it's pulled back, it's not collapsed any further, well, it's not pushed up any further. In fact, it started to roll over, so it's showing it can't push any higher. If we go into a lower time frame, I'll show you exactly what I mean. So on the 15-minute chart, we've had a downtrend here. Price is actually, this morning with the open of the market, price has pushed down quite rapidly. So it did push down a good, if we took 38 down to, it went down a good 30 points, pushed down. It did turn and rally back up. Since then it's gone sideways and it's starting to roll over. You can see that sort of momentum as it's turning. This attempt here pushed up, so we got a high here at the 10.6463, and price then pulled back down. Couldn't make the high again, and couldn't make the high again. I've just looked at it, it's an obvious entry, so off the high here I placed a sell order, market sell order unfortunately, because I'm looking at price action at the moment rather than placing limit orders, and price is pushed down. We're still in this downward momentum, so I'm in positive, making profit on this trade so far. You can see that the candlestick's below there, and it's really a case of I've pushed my stop to be way out of the market, because knowing the rand, it can be a bit volatile, but I want to allow it room and space to move, because it's very much showing the direction is down, and we're looking at a target. First target would be down here at the 10.609 at the low here, but ultimately the target we want to go to is the 10.576, I think it was, or 579, which is a lot further down. Unfortunately I can't drag this up to show you the lower levels that I've marked on the chart, but we're looking at around about a 50-point positive trade should the market do as we've planned and predicted. So that's really it from FountainFX today. Hope you have a good time trading the South African rand. Take a look at it, see how it performs. Seems like there's a lot less people that are trying to manipulate it in terms of market makers and stuff like that try and push stops out and so on, but still be aware of it, look at what's going on, and happy trading. We will catch you tomorrow. Bye bye.